Welcome to the Fantastic Mr. Bee. In this video, we'll learn how to multiply a fraction by a whole number. Make sure to grab some paper and a pencil so you can work along with me. Before we start, let's review our steps on how to solve multiplying fractions by whole numbers. First, we're going to turn our whole number into an improper fraction by putting a 1 in the denominator. Then, we'll multiply our numerators, and then we'll multiply across our denominators, and finally, we'll convert our improper fraction if needed. Alright, now let's put those steps into action with our first problem of 3 of 1/4. First, I turn my whole number into an improper fraction by putting a 1 under it. I like to rewrite my problem out as 3 over 1 times 1 over 4. Now I multiply straight across. Sometimes you'll see people rewrite their fraction like this. Both of them are acceptable and fine. So now you multiply straight across, so 3 times 1 equals 3, and 1 times 4 equals 4. So my answer is 3/4. Now let's go to my second problem. I have 2/7 times 2. I change my whole number into an improper fraction, and then I'm going to rewrite out my problem of 2/7 times 2 over 1, and then I multiply straight across. 2 times 2 equals 4, and 7 times 1 equals 7. Once you start getting the hang of it, you don't always have to rewrite out your problem. So for the next few, I won't. For my next problem, I have 2 of 2/5. I'm going to change my whole number into an improper fraction, and then I'm going to multiply straight across. 2 times 2 equals 4, and 1 times 5 equals 5. I have 4/5. And finally, I have 3/8 times 2. I'm going to turn my whole number into an improper fraction, and now I'm going to multiply 3 times 2, which equals 6, and 8 times 1, which equals 8. I can also simplify 6/8. I can also simplify my fraction, and I can divide 6 by 2, which equals 3, and then I can divide 8 by 2, which equals 4. So my answer is 3/4. Now it's time for some practice. So make sure you have some paper and a pencil. In addition, make sure you smash that subscribe, like, and share button if you like this video and you want to see more helpful math tutorials. Okay, let's get to our practice. If you want to see if you can do it yourself, pause the video now. If you want to work along with me, just let the video play. Our first problem is 2 of 3/4. So the first thing I do is I turn my whole number into an improper fraction, 2 over 1. Then I'm going to multiply straight across. 2 times 3 equals 6, and 1 times 4 equals 4. Now I have a situation where I have an improper fraction and I need to convert into a mixed number. So 4 can go into 6 one complete time, and then 6 minus 4 is 2. So I have 2 left over, and then I keep my denominator. I notice I can simplify my fraction once again into simplest terms. 2 divided by 2 equals 1, and 4 divided by 2 equals 2. So my answer is 1 1/2. For my next problem, we have 5/6 times 4. So I have to change my 4 into an improper fraction. Now I'm going to multiply 5/6 times 4 over 1. And 5 times 4 equals 20. And 6 times 1 equals 6. I know 6 can go into 18 3 complete times. And 20 minus 18 equals 2. So I have 2 pieces left over, and then I keep my denominator of 6. I can also simplify my 2/6. I know 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. And I keep my whole number. So my answer is 3 1/3. For my next problem, I have 3 of 2/5. So I turn my whole number into an improper fraction. And I have 3/1 times 2/5. 3 times 2 equals 6, and 1 times 5 equals 5. I have an improper fraction again. 5 goes into 6 one complete time, and 6 minus 5 equals 1. And then I keep my denominator, so I have 1 1/5. And for our last problem, if you haven't tried any, try to pause the video and see if you can do it yourself. If you get stuck on trying to convert your improper fractions to a mixed number, you can always unpause the video and see how I do that. But let's go ahead and give it a try. So here's how I solve 2/3 of 8. I convert my 8 into an improper fraction. So I have 2/3 times 8 over 1. Then I multiply across for my numerator. 2 times 8 equals 16. And then for my denominator, 3 times 1 equals 3. Now I have to see how many times 3 can go into 16 without going over. I know 3 times 5 equals 15. So 16 minus 15 equals 1. So I have 1 piece left over out of 3. So I have 5 1/3. Alright, that wraps up our video on how to multiply fractions by whole numbers. I hope I was able to help you understand the concept better. Let me know what you think of the video in the comments, and make sure to smash the subscribe button. And until next time, this is Mr. B. Later.